Welcome to my channel. Imagine this. What if you could learn English not only in class, but also in the street, in your home, at the cafe, and even in your dreams? What if every moment of your life could turn into a small English lesson? Stay with me, because today I will show you how English learning can go beyond the classroom, and how you can surround yourself with English in ways you never imagined. Think about it for a moment. Most people believe that English learning only happens inside a classroom, with a book, a teacher, and maybe some grammar rules. But the truth is very different. Learning English is not limited to those four walls. In fact, real progress often begins when you step outside the classroom. Why? Because English is not just a subject. English is a living language. It is in songs, in movies, in signs on the street, in conversations with friends, and even in the thoughts you keep inside your mind. Now imagine waking up in the morning. You open your eyes, and the first word you see is in English. You check your phone, and the screen is in English. You brush your teeth and say out loud, "I am brushing my teeth." You turn on the TV and you hear English voices. Without traveling anywhere, you are already living in English. This is what immersion really means, surrounding yourself with English so much that your brain starts to accept it as natural, just like your own language. I want you to picture this clearly. You are sitting in a cafe, and instead of scrolling in your own language, you read one short English article. You are walking in the street, and you notice a shop with an English name. You smile because you understand it. At night, instead of only listening to music in your own language, you try one English song. You may not understand everything, but slowly your ears begin to recognize the rhythm of English. This is powerful because your brain learns best when it sees and hears the language in real life. Just like a baby learns to speak before learning grammar, you too can train your brain to feel English, not just study it. Every little action, every small habit, every short practice outside the classroom adds up. And when you combine them, you start to live in English. So stay with me in this video, because I will guide you step by step. I will show you how to bring English into your daily life, how to practice even when you are alone, and how to build your own English world no matter where you live. If you are ready to go beyond the classroom and make English part of your real life, then keep watching, because this journey is just beginning. Chapter 1. The secret of immersion. Immersion may sound like a big and difficult word, but in reality, its meaning is very simple. Immersion means to be fully surrounded by something. Imagine a swimming pool. When you stand outside the pool, the water cannot touch you. But when you jump inside, the water covers your whole body, your head, your arms, your legs, even your breath. You are inside the water completely. That is what immersion feels like. Now imagine that instead of water, it is English all around you. Every sound, every word, every picture you see, every sentence you hear is in English. That is immersion in language. You are not just studying English, you are living in English. Let us look at two very different ways of learning. The first is classroom English. Here, you sit at a desk, open your book, and follow a lesson. You may read some grammar rules, do a small exercise, and repeat a few sentences. Maybe you practice speaking 1 or 2 minutes in class. Then the bell rings, and you close the book. After that, you return to your normal language. This kind of learning is useful, but it is very limited. It happens only inside four walls. It is controlled, slow, and sometimes boring. The second way is immersion English. In this world, you do not just open a book once or twice. You surround yourself with English all day. You listen to English songs, you watch English movies, you read simple notes or labels in English, and you even talk to yourself in English when you are alone. It is not just one small part of your day. It becomes a part of your life. You live with English as if it is your daily partner. This kind of English is alive. It is breathing, moving, and everywhere around you. And when your brain receives English from so many sides, it grows stronger, faster, and more confident. Let me share with you a short story of a learner. His name was Ollie. Ollie was a bright student, but he had one big problem. He studied only grammar. For 3 long years, Ollie memorized rules and filled exercise books. He could explain the difference between past tense and present perfect. He knew the rules of passive voice. On paper, his English was perfect. But when a tourist came to his city and asked him a question in English, Ollie could not answer. He froze. His brain stopped working. He felt nervous, and no words came out. Why? Because English was only in his notebook, not in his life. One day, Ollie decided to try something new. He stopped worrying only about grammar. Instead, he began to surround himself with English. Every morning, while walking to school, he listened to English podcasts. At home, he watched English movies with subtitles. He labeled things in his house with English names: mirror, door, table, window. He even began speaking to himself in front of the mirror. I am brushing my teeth. I am putting on my shirt. At first, it felt strange, but slowly, something began to change. After 6 months of immersion, Ali's English came alive. He could speak with tourists confidently. He could watch movies and understand most of the story. The grammar he had studied before finally became useful because now it was connected to real life. Ali's world had changed simply because he chose immersion. Why does immersion work so well? The answer is simple. The human brain learns best when it is surrounded by language in a natural way. Think about babies. A baby never opens a grammar book. A baby never memorizes rules. A baby only listens, watches, and repeats. For 1 whole year, the baby does nothing but listen. Then slowly, small words come out. Mama, water, ball. The baby makes mistakes, but the family understands. Little by little, the baby grows stronger, and without any classroom, the baby can speak the language fluently. The secret is clear. The brain learns through constant contact, not only through rules. Now, I want you to imagine something powerful. Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning, and suddenly, everything around you is in English. The signs on the street are in English. The music on the radio is in English. The waiter in the cafe speaks to you in English. The TV programs, the advertisements, even the people in your home, all speaking English. How fast would you learn? Maybe in 6 months. You would already understand most conversations. Maybe in 1 year, you would speak fluently. This is not a dream. This is the natural power of immersion. But then comes the big question. What if you don't live in an English-speaking country? What if everyone around you speaks another language? Can you still create immersion for yourself? The answer is yes. Immersion is not about traveling to another country. Immersion is about building your own English world step by step. You can change your phone settings to English. You can watch one English video every night. You can write your daily thoughts in English. Even if they are short and simple, you can make English part of your life, no matter where you are. And that is the secret of immersion. It is not something only lucky people have. It is something you can create. The question is not, do I live in England or America? The question is, am I ready to bring English into my daily life? Because if you are ready, then immersion is possible for you. But how can we do this in real, practical steps? How can we bring English into our homes, our routines, and our daily habits? Let's see in the next chapter. Chapter 2, Bringing English into Your Daily Life. In the last chapter, we discovered the secret of immersion and how powerful it can be. But now comes the real question. How do we actually do it? How do we bring English into our life if we don't live in an English-speaking country? Many learners think immersion is only possible if you travel abroad, but that is not true. Immersion can happen anywhere. It is not about where you live. It is about how you live. If you are ready to make small changes in your daily routine, English can surround you no matter if you are in London, New York, or a small town where no one speaks English. Let's start with simple steps. The first step is your phone. Think about how many times you touch your phone every day. Maybe 50, maybe 100, maybe even more. If you change your phone language to English, you will see English words every time you use it. Instead of settings, you will see settings in English. Instead of messages, you will read messages. It may feel confusing at first, but your eyes and brain will get used to it. Slowly, you will learn new words naturally, without memorizing. Another step is labeling objects in your home. Take small pieces of paper and write the English word for the things around you. Mirror, door, cup, spoon, window. Stick them on the objects. Every time you pass by, your eyes will see the word. Without any extra effort, you will start remembering them. Your home will become like a small English classroom, but fun and natural. Now let's move to something we all do every day, cooking. Imagine you are in the kitchen, preparing food. Normally, you may listen to music or watch TV in your own language. But what if you turn on an English radio station or a podcast instead? Even if you don't understand everything, your ears are training. You are giving your brain real English input while you cook. Over time, your brain will begin to recognize patterns and sounds. It is like listening practice without sitting down to study. Writing shopping lists in English is another simple but powerful idea. Instead of writing tomatoes, rice, milk in your own language, write them in English. You don't need to write full sentences. Just single words are enough. When you go shopping, read them again. Slowly, you will connect the words to real life. Next time you see milk, your brain will remember both the word and the picture of the milk in your hand. This is how learning becomes strong, by linking words to real objects. Now here comes a fun spike moment. Even something as small as brushing your teeth can become English practice. Every morning and every night, when you brush your teeth, say out loud, "I am brushing my teeth." This is a short, simple sentence, but if you repeat it every day, twice a day, for weeks and months, it becomes a habit. And habits are what build fluency. You can do the same with other daily actions. I am washing my hands. I am drinking water. I am opening the window. These small sentences will make English a part of your life. To make immersion even stronger, I want to share with you the idea of English eyes and ears. This means training yourself to notice English everywhere. For example, maybe you walk down the street and see a shop sign in English. Instead of ignoring it, read it aloud. If you see a product in the supermarket with English words, try to understand them. If you hear an English song in a cafe, listen carefully and catch one or two words. If you are watching a movie in your own language and suddenly an English word appears, pause and notice it. By opening your English eyes and ears, you will start to see that English is already around you, even in places you never expected. Let me tell you a short story about a girl named Sarah. Sarah never had the chance to travel abroad. She lived in a small town where nobody spoke English. She thought it was impossible to improve. But one day, she decided to make English part of her daily life. She loved cartoons, so she started watching them in English with subtitles. At first, she only understood a few words. But slowly, she understood more and more. She also loved eating cereal in the morning. Every day, she read the words on the cereal box in English. Sometimes she looked up new words in a dictionary. After 1 year, Sarah's English had improved a lot. She could understand basic conversations, and she felt more confident speaking. The secret was not traveling to another country. The secret was using English in her daily life. This shows us something very important. You don't need to wait for a perfect moment. You don't need to wait until you are rich, or until you move abroad, or until you find a teacher. You can start today with the things already around you. Your phone, your kitchen, your music, your shopping list, your everyday habits. All of these can become your classroom. Immersion is not far away. It is already in your hands. But daily life is only the first step. To grow faster, we also need people. We need conversations. We need to practice speaking with others, not just with ourselves. So in the next chapter, let's see how we can bring English into our conversations, and how we can practice with people even if no one around us speaks English. Chapter 3. Conversations Without Borders. Learning English is not only about reading books or listening to lessons. At some point, you must use your mouth. You must speak. And this is where many learners feel afraid. They ask themselves, what if I make mistakes? What if people laugh at me? What if I forget the words? But the truth is, speaking practice is the most powerful part of immersion. It takes English from your head and puts it into your real life. Without speaking, English stays like a locked treasure. Speaking is the key that opens it. Now, let's look beyond classrooms. In class, maybe you get a few minutes to practice with a partner. You say 1 or 2 sentences, then the bell rings, and class is over. But outside the classroom, the world is open. You have many more chances to practice and many more ways to bring English into your conversations. You just need courage and creativity. One great option today is language exchange apps. These are apps where people from around the world connect. Someone from Japan wants to learn your language, and you want to learn English. You both help each other. Sometimes you write messages, sometimes you make short voice calls, sometimes even video calls. It feels like having a free teacher and a new friend at the same time. Imagine speaking with someone in another country while sitting in your bedroom. That is the magic of technology. Another option is making online friends. There are millions of people around the world who want to practice English, just like you. You can join groups, forums, or even social media pages where people chat in English. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start with small sentences. Hello, how are you? Or what do you like? Each message you send builds your confidence. Slowly, chatting online turns into a real conversation. But what if you don't have apps or online friends? Don't worry. You can still practice speaking with yourself. Yes, it may sound strange, but talking to yourself in the mirror is a very powerful exercise. Stand in front of the mirror, look into your own eyes, and speak in English. Say what you are doing or talk about your day. For example, I am going to the market today. I will buy apples and bread. After that, I will come home and watch TV. When you speak like this, you practice your pronunciation, your confidence, and your fluency. And the best part is, the mirror never laughs at your mistakes. Now here comes a fun spike moment. I want to give you a challenge. Next time you go to a restaurant, even if the menu is not in English, try ordering your food in English. For example, say to the waiter, "Can I have chicken, please?" Or, "I would like tea." Maybe the waiter does not fully understand. Maybe he smiles. Maybe he repeats your words. That is okay. What matters is that you tried. That small moment is a victory. You used English in the real world. And every time you do this, you become braver. Mistakes will happen. In fact, mistakes must happen. But mistakes are not your enemy. Mistakes are your best teachers. Think about how children learn. A child says, "I go to the park." The parent gently corrects, "You went to the park." The child hears it, repeats it, and slowly learns the correct form. If the child never tried, the parent could never correct. In the same way, when you make mistakes in English, you are giving yourself a chance to grow. Each mistake is a step forward, not backward. Let me give you an emotional reminder. Every single time you say even one English sentence in real life, you are winning. Yes, even if it is small, even if it is simple, even if it is full of mistakes. Because you are not just learning, you are living. You are turning English from something in your book into something in your world. And that is the true meaning of progress. Many people wait until they are perfect to speak. But perfect never comes. The best time to start speaking is now, with the words you already know. Think about Ollie, the student from our earlier story. He knew grammar, but he could not speak. The moment he started practicing conversations, even small ones, his English began to shine. He spoke to himself, he spoke online, he spoke to strangers. Each time, his fear became smaller, and his confidence became bigger. You can do the same. You don't need to wait for a special chance. Every day, there is an opportunity to use your English voice. So here is my advice. Don't hide your English. Use it. Say hello in English. Ask a question in English. Write a comment online in English. Talk to your mirror in English. Order food in English. Even if your words are not perfect, your effort is perfect. And with every effort, your English grows stronger. Daily conversations will make your English alive. But what about entertainment? Can movies, music, and games really help you learn English? The answer is yes. And in the next chapter, we will explore how fun and entertainment can become powerful tools for immersion. Chapter 4. Learning English through entertainment. When most people think about studying English, they imagine sitting with a book, memorizing grammar rules, or writing long exercises. But English does not have to be boring. In fact, one of the best ways to practice immersion is through entertainment. Movies, songs, and games are not only fun, but also powerful tools that can help you learn naturally. Why? Because when you enjoy something, your brain pays more attention. You focus without even realizing it. And when you focus, you learn faster. Let us begin with movies. Movies are like small windows into the English-speaking world. When you watch a movie in English, you are not just listening to words. You are also watching emotions, actions, and situations. These pictures help your brain connect meaning with language. Here comes a powerful spike moment. Watch your favorite movie in English with subtitles in English. Do not put subtitles in your own language, because then your brain will only translate. Instead, when you listen to the sound and read the same English words on the screen, your brain makes a strong connection between sound and text. Over time, this simple activity improves your listening, reading, and vocabulary all at once. Now let's talk about music. Music is everywhere, and it is one of the easiest ways to bring English into your daily life. You can listen while traveling, cooking, walking, or even relaxing. But don't just listen passively. Try to sing along. Even if your voice is not perfect, it does not matter. Singing forces your mouth to copy the sounds of English. This improves your pronunciation. Then, try repeating short lines from the lyrics. Choose one or two lines that you like and say them again and again until they feel natural. Later, look up the meaning of the lyrics. You may be surprised to discover how many new words and phrases you can learn from one simple song. Games are another exciting way to practice. Many learners enjoy mobile games or computer games. Did you know that switching your game language to English can turn your fun into learning? For example, if you play a puzzle game, try playing it in English. You will see new words. And because you are focused on winning, your brain will quickly understand them. Crossword puzzles, word searches, and quiz games in English are also powerful tools. They are like small lessons hidden inside fun activities. And the best part is, you don't feel pressure. You learn naturally while playing. Let me share an emotional story with you. There was a boy named Ahmed who loved listening to music. He did not enjoy grammar books, and he found speaking practice difficult. But one day, he started listening to English songs. At first, he only enjoyed the rhythm. Then he began to notice familiar words like love, happy, or dream. Slowly, he decided to look up the lyrics and understand them. After a few months, Ahmed could sing entire songs by heart. One day, he went to a small English event in his city. The host played a song, and Ahmed sang along. Everyone was surprised that he knew the words. Ahmed felt proud. For the first time, English was not something far away or difficult. It was part of his life, something he could enjoy and share with others. That moment gave him confidence. And from then on, he started learning faster. This story shows us something important. Entertainment can give us small victories that grow into big confidence. When you understand one line in a song, or one joke in a movie, or one instruction in a game, you feel happy. That happiness becomes energy, and that energy keeps you motivated to continue learning. Movies, songs, and games are not just for fun. They are doors to immersion. They teach you vocabulary, pronunciation, listening, and even culture. They make English a natural part of your free time. And because they are enjoyable, you will want to repeat them again and again. Repetition is the secret to fluency, and entertainment makes repetition easy. But here is something to remember. Entertainment is not enough by itself. Watching movies or listening to music is powerful, but we must also train our mind to think in English, not just listen. Thinking in English is the next big step, and in the following chapter, we will explore how you can change your inner voice and make your thoughts part of your English world. Chapter 5. Thinking in English, one of the biggest secrets of fluency is not something you see outside, but something that happens inside your head. It is the way you think. Most English learners translate every word from their own language into English before speaking. For example, if someone wants to say, "I am hungry," they may first think the sentence in their own language, then change it into English, then finally say it. This process is slow, and it creates pauses, hesitation, and sometimes mistakes. But here is the secret. To speak English fluently, you must train your brain to think directly in English. Now you may ask, but how can I think in English if I don't know many words? The answer is simple. Start small. You don't need to think in long, difficult sentences from the beginning. Instead, Replace small thoughts. For example, when you see water, don't think Pawnee water. Just think water. When you are eating, instead of translating I am eating food from your language, just think directly I am eating. These short, simple thoughts are the first steps to building an English thinking brain. In fact, let me give you a simple exercise. Choose one part of your day, maybe your morning routine. As soon as you wake up, try to describe your actions in English inside your mind. For example, I am waking up. I am brushing my teeth. I am drinking tea. I am leaving the house. At first, it may feel strange, but slowly, your brain will accept it. These small sentences are like seeds. If you plant them every day, they will grow into strong English thoughts. Here comes a spike moment. I want to challenge you to think in English for just 5 minutes every day. Take any 5 minutes, maybe while walking to school, cooking food, or waiting for the bus. During those 5 minutes, try to keep all your thoughts in English. Don't translate. Don't switch back to your language. Just stay in English. At first, your mind may run out of words, and you may feel blocked. That is okay. If you don't know a word, try to explain it in another way. For example, if you don't know the word knife, you can think, the thing I use to cut bread. This practice will make your brain flexible. Slowly, those 5 minutes will feel easier, and you can increase them to 10 minutes, then 20 minutes. Why is thinking in English so powerful? Because it gives you 4 big benefits. First, it makes your speaking faster. When you think directly in English, you don't waste time translating. Words come out more quickly, and your sentences sound more natural. Second, it gives you more confidence. When you can think in English, you feel that English belongs to you, not just to the classroom. Third, it reduces pauses. You don't stop in the middle of a sentence to translate. You continue speaking smoothly. And fourth, it connects English to your emotions. When you think in English, you don't just study it, you feel it. You laugh in English, you worry in English, you dream in English. And when a language enters your emotions, it becomes part of who you are. Let me give you some emotional encouragement here. Remember, your mind can be your classroom. You don't need a teacher all the time. You don't need to be in London or New York. You already carry the most powerful classroom inside your head. If you make your thoughts English-friendly, you will see progress every single day. Even if no one around you speaks English, your mind can speak it with you. And every time you do this, you are building a strong connection between English and your life. Think about it. You spend hours every day thinking. Why not use some of those thoughts for English? Even if you don't say them aloud, even if nobody hears them, your brain is practicing. And the more you practice, the more natural English becomes. Just like you don't need to remind yourself to breathe. One day you won't need to remind yourself to think in English. It will happen automatically. Let me share a small example. A learner named Maria always translated from her native language before speaking. She was shy, and she often stayed silent because she needed time to translate. One day, she decided to try the 5-minute challenge. At first, it was very hard. She could only make very simple thoughts, like, I am walking, or I see a tree. But she continued every day. After 1 month, she could describe whole situations in English. After 3 months, she noticed that in conversations, she no longer needed to translate everything. The words started to come naturally. Maria realized she was no longer just learning English, she was living it in her mind. This is the magic of thinking in English. It turns your brain into your teacher, your friend, and your practice partner. It may feel small in the beginning, but small steps create big changes. Just imagine how powerful your English will become if you think in English every day for 1 year. You will not only speak better, you will become an English speaker. Now we have learned how to bring English into our thoughts. But what if we take it even further? What if we build a daily lifestyle where every part of our day is connected to English? Not only our thoughts, but also our routines, our habits, our world. That is what we will explore in the next chapter. Now let's go one step further, living a complete English lifestyle. Chapter 6. Building your own English world. Now that you have learned how to think in English, it's time to take the final and most powerful step, building your own English world. Imagine living in a place where every corner, every sound, and every action helps you learn English. You don't need to move to America, England, or Australia for this. You can create that world right where you are, step by step, with small, daily actions. The key is to build a daily routine where English is always present. Not too much, not too heavy, just small, simple practices that fit into your normal life. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't spend hours brushing your teeth, but you do it every day, and it keeps you healthy. In the same way, English does not need to take hours. But if you touch it every day, it will keep your learning strong, fresh, and alive. Let's start with the morning. When you wake up, don't reach for your phone in your own language. Instead, read just one sentence in English. It could be a quote, a news headline, or even a simple phrase like, "Today will be a good day." This one small English touch in the morning is like planting a seed of language in your brain. That seed will grow during the day as you continue your routine. Now, let's move to the afternoon. Afternoon is usually the busy time of the day, school, work, chores. But in the middle of this, make space for English conversation. If you have a friend who is also learning, send them a short voice message in English. If you don't have a partner, no problem. Talk to yourself and record it. For example, describe what you are doing. I am walking to the shop. I see many cars. I feel a little tired. Listening to your own voice is powerful because it helps you notice your progress. Slowly, your voice in English will feel more natural. Then comes the evening. Evening is the time when many people watch TV or relax. Instead of only using that time in your own language, choose just one short video in English. It doesn't have to be long or difficult. Even a 2-minute clip from YouTube or a short English cartoon can be enough. The important thing is consistency. When you listen and watch English every evening, your ears get stronger, your listening improves, and you start to connect sounds with meaning. Over time, you will notice that you understand more without subtitles. Finally, let's talk about the night. Before you sleep, give your day a simple English closing. Take a notebook or your phone and write just one line in English. For example, "Today I cooked food with my mother," or "I was happy because I met my friend." This one line will not take more than a minute, but it has a deep effect. Writing at night helps your brain organize the day in English. And when you sleep, your mind continues to process that language. Many learners have said they even start dreaming in English after some months of this practice. Now here is the spike moment. If you follow this routine every day, one sentence in the morning, one conversation in the afternoon, one video in the evening, and one diary line at night, then in just 30 days, you will not be the same learner. You will not just be studying English. You will be living in English. Imagine yourself 1 month from now, speaking faster, listening better, thinking clearly, and even feeling that English is part of your heart. That is the power of creating your own English world. Let me share a short emotional story. A learner named Ahmed always dreamed of studying abroad, but he could not travel. He thought his English would never improve because he wasn't in an English-speaking country. But one day, he decided to make his own English world. He started with small steps, reading one line in the morning, recording his voice at lunch, watching 2 minutes of English comedy in the evening, and writing one sentence before sleep. At first, it felt small, but after 2 months, he noticed something amazing. He could understand songs better, he could talk with confidence in his English class, and he even surprised his teacher with his progress. Ahmed realized that immersion is not about travel. It's about creating your own environment, your own world. And that is my message for you. You don't need to wait for the perfect place or the perfect teacher. You have the power to make English part of your life today. Every time you read a sentence, speak aloud, watch a video, or write a diary line, you are building your English world. It may look small, but step by step, these small actions create big changes. So, remember this. Immersion is not about being in London or New York. Immersion is about building your own world of English, in your home, in your routine, in your thoughts. The real classroom is not outside, it is inside you. And if you keep going day by day, you will not only learn English, you will live it. Now it's your turn. Start today. Choose one sentence for your morning. Send one voice message in the afternoon. Watch one video in the evening. Write one line before bed. Do it for 30 days. And then tell me, how has your English world changed? If this video opened your eyes to the power of English immersion, give it a like and share it with a friend who is also learning. And if you are truly ready to bring English into your life step by step, write in the comments, I will live in English. I will read your comment, reply to you, and cheer you on in this journey. Remember, every small action you take today builds your English world for tomorrow. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more simple and powerful English lessons. Lessons that don't just teach grammar, but also change the way you think, feel, and live with the English language. Together, we can make English not just something you study, but something you live.